You have trained countless coaches and athletes or leaders. So, what does mentorship mean to you in the African sports context?
Yes, part of the mentorship is something I will touch on this wonderful platform you have created. Um, African coaches is not only for coaches, maybe because of the nomenclature. Coaching is for whoever. A club owner is a coach in his own way. He coaches the
Mhm.
rest of his team, the players, the coach, the team manager, the doctor, what he envisage and wants from that ball club. So, African Coaches Connect comprises football coaches, football managers, agents, players, sports science, even the sport writers, apparel manufacturers. It's just a community. We want to industrialize and commercialize football in one roof, under one roof. And just like we're talking about um, leadership and knowledge, you see, it goes both ways. I strongly feel, like I tell every young man, like we have close to 2,000 young people working for ACC. And what I tell them is sometimes I tell them something, and they say, "Oh, president, I don't even like being called the president. I like being referred to as the servant." They say, "How do I do this? We need to do this, something that will last till 20 years." And I said, "I've lived 60 plus behind me. I don't know how
Okay.
much more I'm going to grow. How can I help you at 25,
Mhm.
26 build your future that I'm not going to be part of? Going to happen in the future. Don't ask me. I'm not looking beyond 5, 6, 7 years, which I think I can have the energy to do what. So, build your future. Bring out those ideas, those innovations, those things that could sustain ACC or whatever we're doing for your generation. I can't build a future that I'm not going to be part of. So that's part of mentorship, and that is part of leadership. You know, another analogy I taught my kids to start driving at 12 years, but that was when I started driving. And since that day, I can never be in the car with any of my kids and drive. I throw them the key, but investigate my recommendation and observation and see how it is work, because that is really mentorship. Mentorship and leadership, I think.
Totally true. I agree with that. And I love that because mentorship in our context isn't just about guidance. It's often about survival, about navigating systems that aren't built for us. And that's really important, like people like you thinking about the new generations. But what do you think about many of our senior leaders, just to say the truth, refuse to pass the baton to the next generation? Why, like, I'm not gonna say refuse, but what do you think is the gap, or where is the misunderstanding between the new generations and the senior leaders in Africa?
Well, in one of my books I'm writing, I call it generational younger. You know what is
Mhm.
younger in the African palace? Younger is to show off. Younger is bluffing or showing off. And in this younger, I want to attach ignorance and probably some illiteracy. I don't know
Mhm.
if today you said, Eldred, let's go and watch a football match in New York, and we get to the field. You will hardly see coaches or football professionals that don't know each other before coming together as one group. If you go
Yep.
in there, you will look at a group, and I'm sure you'll be more attracted to go with your generation people. And probably I will
Mhm.
look like, what am I going to discuss with this small boy? I will go to
Yeah.
my old men's group. And you see, that is part of the problem. So the younger generation must learn how to interrogate politely, must learn how to listen. A lot of the young generation probably are formed in their ways and ideas, and they come at the older generation like, no, that's in the days, this is what happens. And the older generation don't want that. A lot of us are very,
Mhm.
very defensive, we hold back to our
Hmm.
history as an experience. But history cannot be an experience if it has not worked, if it is not practical, and if it's not bringing fruits, because we have not progressed. In my own words,
Hmm.
our generation has not done enough to make it easier for you guys to swim in and take control. So why am I going to hold on to an experience and an old knowledge and history about this is how we used to do it? But you used to do it and it has not done anything. For instance, take African
Yep.
coaches connect together. I have situations in some countries where I have people my generation as friends, and I say, hey, you are my coordinator. And they say, yes, I want to be your coordinator, let's do it. And I say, okay. After 3 months, I say, what's going on? He said, what do you mean what's going on? We are doing. I say, you're not doing anything. I've not seen no innovation. I've not even seen as much as a cut and paste. They say, what are you talking about? But I say, okay, listen, you're still going to be the end. Let's bring a younger guy and you will see the energy and innovation.